Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing questions on percentages. This video contains questions from IGCSE Edexcel Maths A. You can also use these questions to solve questions for GCSE Edexcel Maths, Cambridge Maths, and even O-Level Maths. So in this video, we have questions from Foundation and Higher. This will help you in developing better understanding of how you can solve percentages questions, where we talk about increase and decrease percentage, finding the percentage of an amount, or like any question that has percentages in it. We'll be doing both easy and difficult questions. So as you watch the video, you will realize how the difficulty level changes. So without further delay, let's start with the questions. And if by the end of this video, you understand these questions and have better understanding of what percentages questions are and how you're supposed to solve them, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends. So the first question says, in a sale, the normal price of a hat is reduced by 15%. The sale price of the hat is 20.40 euros. Work out the normal price of the hat. So if the price is being reduced by 15% and they've given us the sale price, that means this sale price basically represents 85% of the normal price. So 20.40 is equal to 85% of the normal price. So that's going to be 20.40 equals to 85 over 100 times x. I'm saying that the normal price is represented by the variable x. So now we have to make x the subject to find its value. So 20.40 equals to 0.85 times x. Then 20.40 divided by 0.85 equals to x. So when we divide the two, what we get is 24. So 24 euros is the normal price. Next question says, in 2017, the population of a village was 7,500. In 2019, the population of the village was 8,265. So as you can see, the population has increased. We need to work out the percentage increase in the population of the village from 2017 to 2019. So this is the second type of question you can get, which is about percentage increase or decrease. So for percentage increase and decrease, the formula that we use is new value minus the old value divided by the old value, and then times this fraction by 100. This is the formula that you'll use for percentage increase and decrease. Obviously, in percentage decrease, your new value will be smaller than the old value, whereas in percentage increase, your new value will be bigger than the old value. So 8,265, which is the new value, minus the old value, which is 7,500, divide by 7,500 again, and then times it by 100. And that gives us 10.2%. So the percentage increase in the population from 2017 to 2019 is 10.2%. Then the second part, it says, in a sale, normal prices are reduced by 30%. The sale price of a t-shirt was 31.50 euros. Work out the normal price of this t-shirt. So this is very similar to the first question that we did. They have reduced the price by 30% and they've given us the sale price. So they want us to find the initial price, which is the normal price in this case. So same thing, if it's reduced by 30%, that means 31.50 is basically 70% of the normal price. So 70 over 100 times x, x being your normal price. So 31.50 equals to 0.70 times x, then 31.50 divided by 0.70. And that gives us a value of 45 euros. So that is your normal price. The next question says, Carlos, Flavia, and Tazia shared 861 pounds between themselves. The amount of money Flavia got is 65% of the amount of money Carlos got. The amount of money Tazia got is 22% more than the amount of money Carlos got. We need to work out how much money Carlos got. So to work out the money Carlos got, we firstly know that 861 is being shared among the three people. So the amount of money Flavia got is 65% of the money Carlos got. So 65 over 100 of C. Then for Tazia, she got 22% more than the amount of money Carlos got. So if Carlos got C, then she got C plus 22% of C, which is basically 122 over 100 of C, because we're increasing it by 22%. So Tazia's share is 122% of Carlos' share. So 861 is being shared among all three people. So Carlos' share plus Flavia's share, which is 65 over 100 times C. And then Tazia's share, which is 122 over 100 times C. And the sum of these three equals to 861. C is Carlos' share, 65% of C is Flavia's share, and 122% of C is Tazia's share. So now we can rewrite this as C plus 0.65 C and 1.22 C equals to 861. Add the three. So 1 plus 0.65 plus 1.22, that's 2.87 C equals to 861. Divide 861 by 2.87. And that gives us Carlos's share, which is 300 pounds. That is your answer. Then the next question says, on Saturday, Jacob walked 10,800 steps. On Sunday, he walked 7% more steps than on Saturday. Work out how many steps Jacob walked on Sunday. So Sunday is basically 7% more steps. So 7 over 100 times the number of steps he walked on Saturday, which is 10,800. And then we add that to the number of steps he walked on Saturday, because it says 7% more, which means to the existing 10,800, we're adding 7% of that 10,800. So that's going to give us 11,556 steps. That is the number of steps he walked on Sunday. Then question 6 says, Lorenzo increases all the prices on his restaurant menu by 8%. Before the increase, the price of a dessert was $4.25. Work out the price of the dessert after the increase. So the price of the dessert is increased by 8%, which means we're going to find 8% of the price, and then we're going to add it to the initial price. So increase is going to be 8 over 100 times the initial price, which is $4.25. That's going to give us $0.34. This is the increase in price. So new price is going to be 4.25 plus 0.34. That's going to give us 4.59. That's the price of the dessert after the increase. Then it says, after the increase, the price of lasagna is 9.45. Work out the price of lasagna before the increase. Since they increased the price of the entire menu by 8%, which means that 9.45, which is the new price, that's basically 108% of the old price. So 9.45, which is the new price, equals to 108 over 100 of the old price, which is X. This is what we're trying to find. So 9.45 equals to 1.08 times X, and then 9.45 divided by 1.08, which is going to give us $8.75. This is your price of the lasagna before the increase. Then the next question says, Bernaz makes candles. She has 6.3 kilograms of wax and uses it all to make candles. Each candle Bernaz makes uses 210 grams of wax. Bernaz sells 2/5 of the candles for $13 each. She then reduces this price by 20% and sells the rest of the candles. We need to work out the total amount of money. We need to work out the total amount of money Bernaz gets by selling all the candles she made. So she has 6.3 kilograms of wax and she uses it all to make the candles. Each candle she makes is 200 grams of wax. So let's first find the number of candles she's made. So to begin with, we will first convert 6.3 kilograms into grams. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So 6.3 times 1000 will give us the weight of the wax used to make the candles. So that's going to be 6,300 grams. Now, the weight of each candle is 210 grams. So for the number of candles, we divide the total weight of the wax used by the weight of each candle. So 6,300 divided by 210 is going to give us 30 candles. So she's made 30 candles in total. Now Bernaz sells 2/5 of the candles for $13 each. So first we find 2/5 of our candles. That's going to be 12. These 12 candles are sold for $13 each. So total money for this is going to be 12 times 13. That gives us $156 for these 12 candles. Then she then reduces this price by 20% and sells the rest of the candles. So we're going to reduce $13 by 20%. New price, that's going to be 13 minus 20% of 13. So 20% of 13 is 2.6 and we subtract that from 13. That gives us $10.4. So $10.4 is the price that she's going to use to sell the remaining candles. So we've already sold the 12 candles at $13 each. So total money for remaining candles, that's going to be 30 minus 12 is 18. 18 times 10.4. That gives us 187.2. So for the total amount of money that she has earned, that's going to be 156 plus 187.2, which is going to be $343.2. That's what amount of money Bernaz earns by selling the candles she made. Then a company makes cars. In 2016, the company made 350 cars. In the first 6 months of 2017, the company made 25 cars each month. In the last 6 months of 2017, the company made 45 cars each month. Work out the percentage increase in the number of cars the company made from 2016 to 2017. So we have the total number of cars that the company made in 2016. But for 2017, they've split it into the first 6 months and the last 6 months. So for the first 6 months, it's going to be 6 times 25, which gives us 150 cars. So this is for the first 6 months. And then for the last 6 months, it's going to be 6 times 45, which gives us 270 cars. So now, total cars in 2017 is going to be 150 plus 270, which equals 420 cars. Now, for the percentage increase in the number of cars the company made from 2016 to 2017, so that's going to be 420, which is the new value, minus the old value, which is 350, and then divided by the old value and you times the fraction by 100. That gives us 20%. That is the percentage increase in the number of cars the company made from 2016 to 2017. And it says the company's income in 2017 was $500,000 more than the company's income in 2016. The company's income in 2017 was 8% more than the company's income in 2016. We need to work out the company's income in 2016. So the company's income in 2016 is given the variable X. So the income in 2017 is 500,000 more than the company's income in 2016. So 500,000 plus X, which is the same as the company's income in 2017 was 8% more than the company's in 2016. So that's 108% of X. So that's 500,000 plus X equals to 1.08X. Take the X to the other side. So that's going to be 1.08X minus X. So 500,000 equals to 0.08X. Divide 500,000 by 0.08, which is going to give us $6,250,000. That is the company's income in 2016. Then on Wednesday, the price of 1 liter of petrol was 1.26 pounds. The price of petrol on Wednesday was 5% more than the price of petrol on the previous Monday. Calculate the price of 30 liters of petrol on the previous Monday. So 1 liter of petrol was 1.26 pounds on Wednesday. The price of petrol on Wednesday was 5% more than the price of petrol on Monday. So Wednesday, and then we have Monday. So the price of petrol on Wednesday, which is 1.26 pounds, is basically 5% more than the price of petrol on Monday. So that's basically 105% of the price on Monday. So I'm saying Monday's X. So to find X, 1.26 equals to 1.05 times X. Then 1.26 divided by 1.05 will give us the price of the petrol on Monday for 1 liter. So 1.26 divided by 1.05 gives us 1.2 pounds. That's the price per liter on Monday. Now for 30 liters, the price on Monday is going to be 30 times 1.2, which gives us 36 pounds. That's what it's going to cost for 30 liters of petrol on Monday. Then the next question says the language department of college has 180 students. Each student studies exactly one of French, German, Italian, or Spanish. 15 students study French. 45% of the students study German. Express the percentage of students studying Italian or Spanish as a percentage of those studying French or German. So there are 180 students in total, and each student exactly studies one of French, German, Italian, or Spanish. So no student is studying two languages at the same time. 15 study French, so French is 15. 45% of the students study German. So for German, it's going to be 45 over 100 times 180, which gives us 81 students. So we have to find how many study Italian or Spanish. So if we subtract these two from 180, Italian or Spanish would be 180 minus 15 minus 81. That gives us 84 students. So express the percentage of students studying Italian or Spanish as the percentage of those studying French or German. So 84 divided by 15 plus 81 and then times it by 100. So that's 84 over 96 times 100, which gives us 87.5%. That's your answer. Then the next question says that the cinema increased the cost of adult ticket by 12%. After the increase, the cost of an adult ticket was £18.20. We need to work out the cost of an adult ticket before the increase. Very similar to the question that we've done previously in this video. So they've given us the final amount, like after the increase, and they want us to find the initial price. So 18.20 basically is equal to 112% of X, X being the price before the increase. Since the price was increased by 12%, so we add 12% to 100%, which makes it 112%. The reason why we're adding 12% to 100% is because 100% is the initial price, like the price fully exists. And to that 100%, we're adding 12% of that price. So now the total is 112% of that price. So 18.20 is 112% of the initial price. So 18.20 is 1.12x. And then 18.20 divided by 1.12, that is 16.25. That is the initial price of the adult ticket before it was increased by 12%. Next question says that Mary saves for a holiday each year. In 2020, she saved a total of $720. In 2021, each month she saved $78. The total amount Mary saved in 2021 was P% more than the total she saved in 2020. We need to work out the value of P. So in 2020, she saved a total of $720. And the total amount of money Mary saved in 2021 was P% more than the total amount she saved in 2020. So each month she saved 78 in 2021. So 78 times 12, because each year has 12 months, equals to P% more than total she saved in 2020. So 720 plus P% of 720, because as it says, the total amount she saved in 2021 was P% more than the total she saved in 2020. And since in 2020 she saved 720, so 720 plus P% of 720. So 78 times 12 is 936 equals to 720 plus 720 divided by 100, which is 7.2, so 7.2p. Then 936 minus 720 equals to 7.2p. Since we're trying to find the value of p, so we isolate p on one side. So 216, and then we divide 260 by 7.2, which is 30. So the value of p is 30. Then the next part says Roberto is going to go on a holiday. He has 2 coupons that will save him money on his holiday. According to coupon A, 18% off the total cost of the accommodation. And according to coupon B, he will have 12.5% off the total cost of the accommodation and the flights. So for Roberto's holiday, the cost of the accommodation is $1,600 and the cost of flights is $800. Roberto can only use one of the coupons and he wants to save as much money as he can. So which of the 2 coupons, A or B, should he use? Show your working clearly. So for A, he's only getting 18% off the total cost of the accommodation. So that means he has to pay 82%. So if we find 82% of 1,600, that gives us 1,312. That's what he has to pay for accommodation. Now for coupon B, he's getting 12.5% off on the total cost of the accommodation and the flights. So 12.5 over 100 times the total cost of accommodation and flights. So that's 1600 plus 800. That gives us 2400. So he's getting 12.5% off 2400. So 2400 times 12.5 divided by 100. So he's getting a discount of 300 over here. So his total cost will be 2400 minus 300, which is $2,100. And for A, the total cost will be 1,312 plus the flight cost, which is 800, which equals to 2,112. So which of the two coupons, A or B, should he use? So he wants to save as much money as he can, and it clearly shows B is cheaper compared to A. So coupon B. This is the one that he should use because coupon B reduces the cost more compared to coupon A. Then it says Divya and Yon each pay for a holiday at a special offer price. For Divya, the normal price is $1,600, but the special offer is that she gets 16% off the normal price. For Yon holiday, normal price is $1,400, and for the special price is getting K% off the normal price. The amount that Divya pays is the same as the amount that Yon pays. We need to work out the value of K. So if she's getting a discount of 16%, that means she's paying 84% of the price. So Divya and Ron. So Divya is paying 84% of the normal price. So 84 over 100 times 1600. And since the amount they're paying is the same, so equal to, he's paying K% of the normal price. So 1400 minus K over 100 times 1400. Since it's a discount, so we subtract K% of 1400 from 1400. So for Divya, 84 times 1600, and then you divide it by 100, so that's 1344. And over here, it's going to be 1400 minus 14 times K. Now, 14K equals to 1400 minus 1344. And that's going to give us 56. So K is going to be 56 divided by 14, which equals 4. So the value of K is 4. Then it says a rectangle has the length L and width W. L is increased by 20%. W is increased by 35%. We need to calculate the percentage reduction in the area of the rectangle. So area initially is basically your length times width. So this is going to be LW. Now, if L is increased by 20%, that means the new one is 120 over 100 of L. And if W is decreased by 35%, that's going to be 65% of W. So new area is going to be 1.2 L times 6 point. So the new area is going to be 1.2 L times 0.65 W. So 1.2 times 0.65, that's 0.78 LW. They want us to calculate the percentage reduction in the area of the rectangle. So as I told you, for percentage increase or decrease, the formula is the same. New value minus the old value divided by the old value. New value is 0.78 LW minus the old value, just LW, divided by LW times 100. So 0.78 minus 1, that's 0.22 LW, and negative over here, and LW over here times 100. Now the LWs will get cancelled. Now the LWs will get cancelled out because there's one in the numerator and the denominator. So then 0.22 times 100, that's 22%. We will not write the negative sign because the negative sign already shows we already know it's a reduction. So since it's a reduction, we don't need to write the negative sign. So 22% is your answer. In the next question, it says, in his previous job, Pierre was paid 400 euros in total for working a 5-day week. In his new job, Pierre is paid 14 euros per hour. And in his new job, Pierre works for 7 hours each day for a 5-day week. We need to work out the percentage increase in the amount that Pierre is paid for a 5-day week. So previously he was earning 400 euros in total for working a 5-day week. Now he's paid 14 euros per hour and he works for 7 hours each day for a 5-day week. So new income is going to be 7 times 5, because in one day he works for 7 hours. So for 5 days, 7 times 5, and then times it by the per hour rate, which is 14. So that's 35 times 14, and that's 490 euros for the new job. So for the percentage increase, like we discussed previously, new value, which is 490, minus the old value, which is 400, again divided by the old value, and then times the fraction by 100. So that's 90 divided by 400 times 100, which is 22.5%. So that's your percentage increase for the amount he earns for a 5-day week. Then Mary changes her job. Her salary decreases by 6%. Her new salary is 23,030 euros. We need to work out her salary before she changes her job. So if it's decreased by 6%, that means the new salary basically represents 94% of the old salary. X being the old salary. So 23,030 is 0.94 times X. Then we divide 23,030 by 0.94, which is 24,500 euros. That was what she was earning before she changed her job. And with that, we're done with the questions for percentages for IGCSE Edexcel Maths A. This video contained questions for both foundation and higher. If you're someone who understood everything and have better understanding about how to find the percentage increase and decrease, how to find the normal price, or solve any questions related to percentages, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and do share this video with your friends.